Hi guys, Jackie with Famish Farm, and 2024 is the year of minimal me. I'm trying to lose weight, I'm decluttering, and we're trying to keep our retirement budget under control. Being retired is wonderful. You gain freedom, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. But you do sacrifice some things. I mean, paychecks. Some people don't have health care going into retirement until they hit Medicare, of course. Just think about your lunches out with your friends at work, your water cooler talk, even the computer help desk through your IT department. All of that is gone. This month for June, I've kind of been feeling some mental health strain that if I had been working still, probably wouldn't exist. On the last day of May, I was coming down the extension ladder on the carport when the bottom of the ladder slipped out. The resulting injuries included just general aches and pains and a broken heel. For the last month, I have been using a knee scooter when I'm inside, and when I'm outside, which I'm supposed to be limiting, is I'm doing tippy-toe walking, which for where the break is on my heel, I have no pain from that. But what I've discovered is that overdoing the tippy-toe walking while I'm gardening and out and about doing my day is extremely exhausting. What it does is it changes your gait, it changes your posture. I've really noticed, I'm looking back at the videos I'm doing, and I just feel like I'm a very hunched over person, and I don't like that. And unfortunately, I have about another month before I'm able to get back to my regular activity. Not being able to get up and do what you want, when you want, is a bummer. And there's no other way to say it. It just really sucks. Another part of being retired is, guess what? You're aging, the people around you are aging, and funerals start happening more than you remember happening 5 years ago. Both sets of our parents have died, and now we're starting to see some of those cousins in the family are starting to die too. On Rod's side of the family, we lost a cousin, and a week later, on my side of the family up in Illinois, we lost another cousin. That led to a trip and greater expenses than we would have had on a normal month. These unexpected trips are something that while we're able to do it, I think it's something that we need to do. So funerals are sad and bittersweet, and in my case at least, it brought up memories of other losses that we've had in the family. And so my mental health really took a hit this month. I think most of the time I'm a pretty positive person, and I can see the glass is half full. I have reason to hope for our future. And this month it was a little harder to get to that positive place that I like to live in. So I think it might be helpful to me to have a mental health category, and maybe for the short term anyway, a physical and mental health category, just to acknowledge that there are struggles, that as we age, these are things that are going to become more and more frequent. If I'm going to do this aging thing successfully, I need to get a handle on it. I need to come up with some coping mechanisms. I need to figure out ways to get through these kind of stresses. I think that will be a good category to keep an eye on in the coming months. So, new category for our monthly recap, our mental and physical health. And unfortunately for the month of June, it was kind of a frowny face this month. I don't feel like I won at all. I felt like a loser in this category this month. Now, to move on to a positive category, the only positive that I found when I was going through the monthly recap, my weight loss. And if you'll remember, my friend Darlene and I started in January of 2023. And we were chugging along, and sometime in the summertime, I just hit a block. I was kind of done. I happened to be going to the doctor, and because I'm a diabetic and I'd been hearing about these weight loss drugs in the news, I asked my doctor, and lo and behold, I'm a good candidate for it. So I started Ozempic. That's one of those diabetes shots that all the celebrities are losing weight on. So let's try it. It's covered well by my insurance. I did quite well for a couple months, and then I hit up against some of these side effects. So I went off the drug. My next doctor visit, I told them I was off of it. They said, don't worry, if you had side effects on one, we have now a whole slew of these drugs we can try. If you have side effects on one, chances are you may find another one that you won't. I started Mounjaro shortly after. I have had really good success on that. January of 2023, I weighed 219 pounds. My high weight was 237 pounds. That was probably a couple years earlier. The end of May, I have to look, I was at 171.4, and the end of June, I'm at 169. So the weight loss journey continues to be positive. It's not a straight down progression. There's been lots of ups and downs, but in general, losing 219 pounds down to 169, I'll take it any day. On the decluttering front, sorry to report that there's been very little change on that. We had a rainy day at the beginning of May that was forecast. Rod and I had talked about that being our next day to go down into the basement and tackle those boxes. Unfortunately, we had the call about one of those funerals. And then, of course, also my injury is preventing me from making as many trips up and down those stairs as I would like. And I can say that I did notice that Rod has been organizing a bit down there. I'm not sure if his organizing means goodwilling things or throwing out things, but things look at least neater and straighter down there than they looked a month ago. So that for this month is kind of a frowny face, but in a way, maybe I should count that as a win, because anything that Rod did down there, he did it without me asking, without me nagging, without me prodding. And so that probably I should take as a win. And onto the budget. I saved the best for last, and I don't mean that at all. The budget is blown again this month, and I'm going to refer to my notes. Basically, our car maintenance budget, we were $200 over. Part of that was having to get a new car battery for the Honda. With all our traveling, our gas expense was $114 over. Our groceries continue to be a over budget item. We were $100 over. Our personal expenses, of which clothing falls into, we were over $440. In getting ready for these funerals, Rod was a pallbearer at the first one, and of course we put his suit on to see if it needed to go to the cleaner or if there was anything we needed to do, and that suit looked horrible on him. He was swimming in it. We went to the store, had to buy a new suit. The good news on that is an expense that we are going to make good use out of as we continue to go to funerals over the next several years. Our pet expenses continued to go up, and Tilly's allergy pills, that's a 2-month supply, increased by over $30. Garden expenses also increased by $42 this month. And another big increase with our travel out of state. Most of our meals were dinners out with family members, and so our entertainment budget for the month of June, we were $228 over. We blew the budget. Our total budget this month, we overspent by $1,150. That's a big frowny face. Can you see my face? So what do you do when you've had a bad month? a bad day, a bad week, a bad year. How do you climb out of it? If you have any ideas, please leave those ideas in the comment section. And I think what I'm going to do is, this is recorded. This, I have acknowledged it, but I'm not going to internalize it because I don't want to make this part of the fabric of my everyday, every month, every year. I want this to be the exception to the rule. So I'm choosing to turn over the calendar page into July of 2024 and put on a smile. You know, fake it till you make it. I'm going to put on a smile and go forward into the month of July with every expectation that things will get better. So guys, I hope for you good things coming for you this summer. I have a whole garden full of goodness out there waiting for me to explore. I have some beautiful perennials that are going out in the front planters. I have lots of dreams for how I want that to look. And hopefully, if we can get the budget back in line, some of those dreams will be realized in the fall. So, guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And let's make July a great month. Bye.